Welcome viewers to News 21, where we unmask the truth. In wartime, the truth is so precious that she should always be attended by a bodyguard of lies. These were the words of Winston Churchill. For months now, the world's attention has been shifted from the COVID-19 pandemic to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, with some even saying that Putin ended the pandemic. The blue and yellow colors of the Ukrainian flag have been appearing on all social media and news platforms as a way of sympathy towards Ukraine. Mainstream media has been bombarding us with the ideology that Putin has an interest in creating a greater Russia or a reincarnation of the Soviet Union, even though there is no evidence to prove that. Putin has thus been painted as the supervillain while Zelensky is the hero. What if we told you that there is another side of Ukraine and Zelensky that the media doesn't show you? The nation of Ukraine is divided into two main regions: the West, closer to Europe, which speaks Ukrainian, while the eastern region closer to Russia is mostly inhabited by Russian natives. Before Zelensky became president, the country had been governed by a far right-wing government accused of discriminating against native Russian minorities. In 2014, a bill was passed to ban Russian as an official language, which angered native Russians in the east, forcing the two Russian-speaking regions of Luhansk and Donetsk to proclaim themselves as separate states. Together they formed what is called the Donbass region. Kiev didn't want to accept this and in return waged a war in Donbass, and in just 8 years, 13,000 native Russians lost their lives at the hands of Ukrainian armed forces. In 2019, 44-year-old Volodymyr Zelensky, a professional actor and comedian who made a career by depicting former presidents' bad leadership, became president with no experience whatsoever. According to him, you didn't need experience to be president, all you needed was to be a decent human being. Zelensky ran his campaign on two major promises: first was to fight corruption and take down oligarchs, and the second was to put an end to the war in Donbass. Although the media currently portrays him as a democratic and heroic leader, in reality, he is far from being one. After stepping into power, he banned 3 opposition television for openly criticizing him and imprisoned heads of opposition political parties that had come in second place during the election. This was his way of getting rid of the threat to his presidency, something very common amongst autocrats. In 2022, Ilya Kiva, a member of the Ukrainian parliament from the opposition platform, posted on his Telegram how Zelensky had accumulated a whopping $1.2 billion during the first 2 years of his presidency, despite being just worth $15 million before becoming president. According to Kiva, Zelensky had dispatched this money in multiple accounts at the Dresdner Bank in Costa Rica. In return, Zelensky placed Kiva on the international wanted list by the Ukrainian government. Some months later, Pandora's Papers exposed his multi-million-dollar offshore properties in the British Virgin Islands, Cyprus, and Belize, making it questionable how a celebrity-turned-president from a developing country owns such an amount of wealth. Igor Kolomoisky, Zelensky's longtime friend and sponsor of the TV series where Zelensky played as president, has been accused of stealing over $5.5 billion from Ukrainian banks to finance neo-Nazi battalions such as Azov, Ada, and the Donbass Voluntary Battalion, which are all infamous Ukrainian-based neo-Nazi military regiments. These groups played a significant role in ousting former President Viktor Yanukovych and establishing a new Euromaidan-led government. Despite being proven to be responsible for the death of innocent Ukrainians, it is quite extraordinary how Zelensky still somehow manages to let Igor walk freely along the streets of Ukraine. We are in 2022 and Zelensky has failed in everything he campaigned for. The president has not been able to fight corruption, he's failed in establishing peace in Donbass, and instead of taking down oligarchs, he just might be easing power from the oligarchs only to strengthen his own personal authority and advance his interest. If comic Zelensky was to look at President Zelensky today, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't lack words for his script. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.